All right, guys, another full day of eating. It's my first meal, breakfast. Got 2 protein pancakes. Macros should be on the side. I also use my 0 calorie peanut butter and 0 calorie strawberry jelly. Doesn't quite taste the same as regular, but it gets the job done. Got my minerals, fish oil, vitamin D, and multivitamin and B vitamins right there. Got to keep things intact. Yep, pretty much my breakfast. This is also pre-workout. I'll probably catch you guys post-workout. Got probably a climb in between. All right, we got post-workout in my car right now. Got to meet up with a couple clients, so I guess meal-wise can't get anything too optimal, but you got to do what you got to do sometimes. So I got apple pie Quest bar and raspberry white chocolate 1 bar. Both these are really high in fiber. I generally save these protein bars for for situations like this when I'm on the way in transition to something, or I'm really busy. I can kind of lean on these. These have gotten really popular over the years just because, they taste great, high protein, high fiber, pretty low fat as well. But, I don't like to lean on them unless I absolutely have to. I kind of use these for an emergency, so when I'm busy, I'll chomp on them and it'll last me, maybe about 2 or 3 hours. So it's like, it stalls you for your next meal, but nothing too crazy. I'll probably end up picking up like maybe a low-fat yogurt from Trader Joe's or something on my way to my client, but pretty much that's it. And then I'll catch you guys out for dinner. And for dinner, I got a turkey bagel, some cheese in it. Probably gonna add a low-calorie sauce. Skinny Cow, 2 confetti Pop-Tarts. Had a bunch of carbs left over after my post-workout meal. I didn't use too many, so this is my dinner. Pretty good. These are super good. Hey guys, hope you guys enjoyed my full video of eating. Hitting the cardio right now. Just thought I'd do another video log while I'm at it, just so I can make good use of my cardio time. I usually do client emails around this time, but I had a pretty interesting client. He's about 20 years old. He doesn't have a huge athletic background, and he was worried that he can't transfer it over to bodybuilding, but he was very good at playing the saxophone. And I was trying to tell him that mentally you can transfer any kind of skill you have into bodybuilding, like the grind, the ability to grind, to learn, to to just be uncomfortable is a pretty valuable tool. And I told him about my past, which isn't the most athletic background. I was a gamer for a while. I was doing pretty heavy World of Warcraft in my high school years, and had a pretty good story. When I was 8 years old, I played Final Fantasy VIII at the age of 7 or 8. Final Fantasy VIII is a role-playing game with high, statistical calculations that you got to do. Very strategic game, especially for a 7 or 8 year old. And I remember one specific moment that pretty much changed me forever was there's a magical lamp you get, and if you rub it, it summons this demon guy, and you fight him, right? So at the time I didn't know. I fought this guy and I lost, and seemingly the game didn't end. The game just seemed to proceed, just like nothing happened. And I was like, oh yeah, sure. And at the time my uncle was playing the game ahead of me. He usually plays the game ahead of me, and he defeated the demon, and he got the demon as an ally, and the demon was extremely strong and useful and all these things. And I found out I couldn't get him for the rest of the game, and that like traumatized me just because I didn't want to miss out on anything, and I had to start over. So that taught me very early on, if you do something, you gotta do it right. You gotta do it perfect. So every game I played since then, I've always had to find out the best mechanics, the best way to do things, and just the best possible route possible. And that transferred over to bodybuilding. Any chance I get, I don't care about my ego or anything like that. If someone knows something more than me, 3DMJ, doctors, all these guys, I will put the ego aside, and I will learn under them. I'm not concerned with being right
as I am with having the right answer. So that's one example. Video games was transferred over to bodybuilding. Another really good example was playing World of Warcraft. It taught me how to grind. I know a lot of people talk about grinding all the time. And it's just the definition of grinding itself. It's just like resistance with movement. I remember one specific grind I had to do. It's called the Winter Saber Quest. And I was about 15 years old. Basically, there is a tiger that you can ride on. Everyone has a mount. There's a tiger you can ride on. In order to get this specific tiger that no one had, I had to do this quest series. And pretty much what it was I'd go down to a village, kill like 20 monsters, and run back up a mountain to turn in the quest and to get the other quest. And this whole, just to do 2 quests, took me about 45 minutes to do. And to get the mount, I had to do the quest 740 times. So you can imagine how long it took. It took me 4 hours non-stop 4 months, 12 hours a day non-stop, just to get this fucking virtual mount. I know it sounds ridiculous, but I mean, it transferred over to bodybuilding pretty well, just because it taught me, like, doing very repetitive things, doing things that you don't like sometimes for a big end goal result and a big accomplishment. So like when I'm doing cardio right now, when I'm not feeling too good, when I gotta work out, when I gotta do all these things, family issues, the ability that I have to grind has transferred so well from World of Warcraft to what I have now. It's like been probably the biggest tool I have, and that's why people are always wondering how I got from World of Warcraft to competing in a bodybuilding show, being a fitness coach and all that. It's just like, it's not too different. You grind repetitively, you work out every day, diet, do the same shit over time and get very little progress over a week, but then over a span of months, you can start seeing some statistical change. And honestly think World of Warcraft has taught me how to grind, even though, I guess I could say I could have worked out those years, but mentally it sharpened me. And if you know me, anything I do, I always have to do it like perfectly and like the right way. I can't not do it that way. So yeah, that's just sharing some stories on my grind, how I've become the person I am. And honestly, it doesn't really matter what your background was, whether it's athletic or not. You can always transfer the ability to grind into anything. Like World of Warcraft, bodybuilding, it's all the same. You find the optimal route, and then you don't stop till you get what you want, period. That's all I have to say for this week, guys. Keep grinding. I am fucking doing cardio all the time. But yeah, 7 weeks out, feeling like shit, but still got to get some work done. Hopefully I'm gonna take first place. If not, doesn't change